Hey everybody, I'm Corey, and this is 2,000 calories of broccoli, and this is 2,000 calories of fast food. And today I wanted to talk about how very different these two foods are, especially with concern to weight loss, why eating more fast food makes you gain a lot of weight really quickly, and why eating more vegetables or more broccoli makes you lose weight very effectively and very quickly. So let's talk about what happens when you eat these foods and ultimately why broccoli is so amazing for weight loss. So as you can see, you get a very different amount of food for 2,000 calories between broccoli and fast food. If you chopped up this broccoli and put it into a 5-gallon bucket, it would almost fill that whole bucket. Now, as you can see, this is quite a big fast food meal. It would definitely fill you up in one sitting, but being that it's 2,000 calories, if you ate this in one sitting, you would have reached your daily allotment for calories in one meal. Whereas with broccoli, you would be really hard-pressed to eat even one of these bags in a single day. And so one of the biggest things that makes broccoli so amazing for weight loss is its volume. How much food you get for how little calories you're getting. And so when you eat more of it, it fills your stomach and you feel full, but you're not getting a lot of calories, and so you can remain in a calorie deficit without having to be hungry. And so the sheer amount of food that you're getting when you eat vegetables, especially broccoli, which are super low calorie, the sheer amount of food is the main thing that makes it so amazing for weight loss. But there's some other qualities to consider as well beyond just the amount of food and the calories that it contains. And so broccoli, or really most any vegetable, really will not affect your insulin very much, meaning that it digests very slowly, it doesn't spike your blood sugar, and the energy that you consume as it digests slowly over time is usable energy that's not turned directly into sugar and then fat. Whereas with fast food, almost everything here will instantly spike your insulin and will not really be available for usable energy later in the day, and a lot of it will really just turn to fat. So insulin and the rate at which foods digest is also another really important quality to consider, and is just another reason why broccoli is just such an incredible weight loss food. Now let's also talk about nutrients. Now granted, this sandwich right here is packed in protein because it has meat. And when you eat it, you get a lot of protein right in one meal, but at the same time, it's not really healthy protein. This is greasy red meat, and when you're losing weight and you're changing your diet and you want to get a high protein food that is also healthy, you would really want to choose chicken rather than this type of beef. And so again, this sandwich here is protein packed, but if you think about it, this broccoli contains more protein than this entire fast food meal. And again, you'll have to eat more of the broccoli to get that protein, but that's kind of the point. You want to be able to eat as much food as you want to eat and still keep yourself in a calorie deficit, which is what vegetables, broccoli, or really any natural whole food will allow you to do. And so that's just considering protein. A lot of people don't know that vegetables, especially leafy green and cruciferous vegetables, have a good little bit of protein in them. Maybe not as compared to meat, but probably more than you would expect. Now, that's not considering micronutrients, which vegetables are famous for. One of the main things that they provide for us are micronutrients, which are vitamins and minerals. And broccoli is absolutely packed with micronutrients, where there's probably very, very little in this fast food meal. And so not only when you eat broccoli are you eating a large amount of food while consuming a low amount of calories, therefore keeping you in a calorie deficit, but you're also getting a high amount of nutrients, which is the other aspect of being full beyond just whether your belly is filled with the volume of food. Considering whether or not you actually have the nutrients and the energy in your body to feel full and feel happy. And so eating more vegetables will also keep your energy high, which is another aspect of it allowing you to lose weight without being hungry. So let's get a little bit more practical and discuss what actually happens when you eat these foods on a regular basis. So let's consider one meal of fast food versus one meal of broccoli, or about one serving of broccoli. And so even though these are equal in calories, and this is one meal, this is very, very many meals. And so really, one meal or one serving of broccoli looks about like this. You could eat this to replace this entire meal. Now, I absolutely know that this is more delicious, and it just goes beyond the logic of knowing that if you eat this, that will be the better weight loss choice. I know that there's cravings and taste that plays into it, but once you understand this concept, sometimes it can make it a little bit easier to make that choice when you know how big of a difference that it will make. And so if just once per day you were used to eating a meal like this, but you replace it with something like this, which is only about 50 calories, that's almost a 2,000 calorie reduction in a single meal. Or if you want to think about it in terms of just the sandwich, this is a 750 calorie sandwich. If you replaced the sandwich with a serving of broccoli, you will have reduced your daily calorie consumption by 700 calories just with that one meal choice, and that's not even considering this whole meal. So this reduction in calories can make a really big difference as it adds up over time and as you're consistent with healthy eating. And so if you reduce your daily calories by 700 every day for 30 days, that would add up to 21,000 calories, which is equivalent to 6 pounds of body fat. And so you really can make a huge difference by making a small change, by replacing one unhealthy meal per day with something low calorie and healthy. You make a significant reduction in your daily calories, and you immediately start to lose weight without having to be hungry, or really without having to stress over the foods that you can't eat, because you should be focusing on the foods that you should eat or that you are adding into your life, and these healthy foods will just naturally replace these unhealthy foods. They'll push them out of your life because you won't have room for them in your belly anymore, and you'll have lots of good, clean energy from all of the nutrients in the healthy food. So now you might be wondering, but how can I take this concept and apply it to me? How can I apply this to my entire diet so that I can start losing weight? And so now I'm going to give you some tips to help you change your entire diet and to help you start losing your first few pounds. But first, if you want to start your transformation right now, and you want a program that you can follow step by step, that you can have absolute confidence in, that you will succeed if you follow these steps, then go to the shapewithin.com/start to start your 8-week weight loss challenge. But let's go ahead and get into these tips, and I'm going to help you change your diet completely. So first, start with this action step in the next week. For every day in the next 7 days, make sure that 1/3 of your diet is filled with healthy foods. Now this can mean eating one healthy meal out of 3 each day, or it can also mean adding some healthy foods to every meal each day. However it is that you split this up, just make sure you get the healthy food in your belly, because once you do, it's going to immediately go to work and make you feel really good and full while keeping your calories low, and you're going to instantly start losing weight. And over the period of a week, you will start to see the results noticeable on the scale and probably even in the mirror. And so over the next 7 days, have at least 1/3 of your diet be healthy, natural foods. Now, broccoli, or really any type of vegetable, is an amazing place to start. But some other healthy foods that you can add into your diet are fruits, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. And also, of course, healthy meats like chicken or turkey. Okay, so I want to give you one more tip, and it's one that helped me immensely when I was losing weight. It helped me make progress, and it really helped me stay on track. And so this is both a mindset and a method, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier, and this mindset/method is to focus on the foods that you're adding into your diet and to not stress out about restrictions and the foods that you can't have and the foods that you wish you were eating. And so allow yourself some leeway to eat whatever type of food that you do want, but simply focus on making sure that you eat a good amount of healthy food every day. And so with this addition of healthy foods, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to replace the unhealthy foods. And so, of course, this works on a physical level, but it also works on a mental level when all you have to worry about is the food that you're eating. Just worry about all of the good food, and the bad food is naturally going to take care of itself and just go away. And so give yourself a break and don't stress out all of the time about restrictions and all of the food that you wish you could have, and definitely don't be hard on yourself when you give in a little bit to your cravings, because as long as you do what I call your food homework, get your healthy food homework done for the day, and everything else will take care of itself. Now, could you do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button if you liked this video? I'd like to keep sharing videos with you in the future and keep giving you weight loss advice. And remember, if you want to get started with your transformation today, go to the shapewithin.com/start, where you can start your 8-week weight loss challenge. And I'll tell you in the challenge exactly what to do step by step so that you can completely transform your diet and start losing weight and be able to stick with your weight loss plan for the long term so that you can finally reach your weight loss goal. Thanks for watching.